Alright guys, welcome back to my Let's Play of Lamplight City where we left off. Cakes. Oh my goodness, all the sweets and delectables. Heads up. If I sound weird, that's because I have a cold. It's like day 3 of who knows how many days with this cold. We're getting to that tier where like I don't have a fuzzy sore throat. It's still there actually, but like not as bad as yesterday, but like we're reaching low voice paw. You know when we hit rock bottom of low voice paw when I sound really low. Like an old man. just a heads up. Yeah, I have a cold. It's not fun. Don't recommend it. Anywho, I will do my best. Also, the dog in the background. If you hear the dog, I'll try my best to edit the dog out. The joys of a Great Pyrenees. Anywho, let's talk to this lady and get dialogues going.
Have you got time for a few more questions, Mrs. Morgan?
Yes, of course.
Oh, Sprite. Sorry, her sprite work I wasn't a fan of. Picture? It's not bad. Anywho, from the top.
What can you tell me about your brother?
Ronan was the best brother anyone could have asked for. He took care of me after our parents died. Carriage accident. I was only 9 and he was 13. Ronan went out and found work and managed to support the both of us. He was just a child himself, but he kept us out of the gutter. Or worse, the workhouse.
How did you hear of his death?
Ronan comes by to visit me every day after he finishes work. When he didn't come for 2 days in a row, I got worried. I went to his apartment, but he wasn't there. So I made a report to the police. Yesterday, they contacted me and asked me to come to the mortuary.
I'm terribly sorry for your loss, Mrs. Morgan.
Thank you, Mr. Fordham. Please, find whoever did this to him. Ronan deserved so much better.
What do you know about your brother's murder?
Only what the police told me. He was shot at close range outside that pub in the Chum. Nothing was missing, and his wallet had money in it, so they said it wasn't a robbery. I didn't recognize the clothes he was wearing. I had never seen them before, and they were far too big for him. I still can't believe he's gone. He was the only family I had left.
Dr. Edwards at the mortuary might be able to give us some more detailed information. The only thing we'll get out of this one is more tears.
What sort of life did Ronan lead?
You know, just normal. He'd go to work, come visit me afterwards, and go home. He didn't have much of a social life. At least he never mentioned any friends to me. I always hoped Ronan would meet a nice girl to settle down with, but he was so shy, you know.
Where did Ronan work?
At the Grips Home Taxidermy Shop in Gascone. I always thought it was rather macabre work, but he enjoyed it. Bit lonely, though.
Can you give me the address of Ronan's apartment?
It's at 1172 Bushmill Street. I have a spare key.
That would be most helpful. Thank you. So, this is your bakery.
My husband Gerald and I have had it for almost 10 years.
Is it just the two of you? Do you have any children?
Alas, no. Some extra hands would be most welcome in the kitchen, but we haven't yet been blessed. It's such a shame that Ronan never got to be an uncle.
What are your thoughts on the outcome of the election?
Oh, I haven't given it much thought, to be honest. It hardly seems to matter now.
Yes, of course. My apologies for bringing it up. Those are all the questions I have for now.
All right, Mr. Fordham.
Although the bringing up the carriage accident reminded me of that little timbit we had to choose at the Angel, because I think a carriage accident was a part of that. I think it was called something machinist or something. Sorry, I can't remember. It's been a while. Anywho, disadvantages recording in batches. Anywho, let's leave. We got places to go and things to stare at and murder mysteries to be solved. Alright, so Ronan's apartment, that mask, just that looks creepy. The taxidermy shop, the bar, and the police station. Okay, I kind of want to go to the Raven first. And then we'll go like here kind of thing. So let's go here. Okay, I see the outline.
To think, in an instant, a man's life can be reduced to some scribbles on the filthy pavement.
Now's not the time to get poetic, Bill.
What a mess. These advertisements are all at least 10 years out of date.
So I'm kind of nitpicking here to make sure we don't miss anything. Drain. Oh.
Securely fastened, unfortunately for you. If only there was some way to undo these bolts and remove the drain cover. Yesterday's rain has made the water level rise significantly. Is it just me, or does it look like there's something resting at the bottom of the drain?
If there is, I have no way of getting to it through the drain cover.
Ah, so we need some tools. We'll have to see what we can find. I was gonna say a home, but we're not allowed back home.
It's an ad for whiskey. Or perhaps paint thinner. Sometimes it can be hard to tell the difference.
I guess we can go into the Silent Raven. Oh, I guess look at the jingle on the sign.
Your mascot seems to be a raven with a glowing red eye. Is that meant to attract customers or to scare them off?
Both.
I suppose you could do worse, as far as bar names go.
I like it though. I really enjoy that bar name. It's nice. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Just thinking like the last time I went to like a place with that kind of, not that style of name, but like the blank was like ages ago. It was a place called the Duke. I liked it there. It was nice. I'm not really one to go out to nightclubs and do the ooms as I have my hands up on the side and, you know, just being lame. I enjoy going to pubs and, you know, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this was kind of, I guess we haven't been inside. I can't say it's a place I would enjoy. Speaking of which, we should go inside.
My, this grog shop looks pretty rough, even by chum standards. Let's keep a low profile while you're in here, Miles.
I mean, it's got some charm. You know, with the broken glass and the broken windows here and the bottles. It's got charm. And look at that knife. It's very Colonel's Bequest-esque. You know.
Doesn't look like cleaning up is high on the list of priorities around here.
And maybe that Colonel's Bequest. Maybe the Dagger of Amun Ra. Something like that. One of those two fantastic games that I do need to play at some point. And click. Haha, sorry. Okay, sorry. I'm standing in front of the doorway. I'm seeing if I can click on anything. Not even this gentleman. Huh. I could talk to the barmaid. I can't even click on the dagger. Ooh, cakes.
Looks like that's where they keep the good stuff. Of course, around here, good is an extremely relative term.
I mean, I once remember a pirate by the name of Otis saying that he would only drink and eat stuff that is the same, like, lettering. Or was it? His name is like 5 letters, therefore he will only eat or drink stuff that is 5 letters. So like grog, fit. Maybe that would be fantastic.
They don't seem to have much variety in their beer selection.
Alright, I guess I should talk to the lovely barmaid. I hope she's lovely. She may be a grump. We'll find out. Let's talk.
Excuse me, barmaid?
Hi, what do you need?
Cheese. Alright, from the top.
You know a man named Ronan Lespay?
Nah, never heard of him.
He was killed here 4 nights ago. The man in this ferrotype.
Oh, that one. Well, I never saw him before that night, and I didn't talk to him. You with the police or something?
No, not at all. I'm just trying to help his sister find out what happened.
So are you done with the questions? Can I get you a drink or what?
Yeah, she's a shrewd businesswoman. You at least have to give her that.
Were you working on election night?
Pal, I'm here most every night.
So that's a yes, then?
Christ on a cracker, you ain't too bright, are you? Yes, I was here on election night.
There's no need to be rude about it, madam. Tell me what you know about the murder that took place outside on election night.
Listen, chum, do you know how busy we were that night? This was a polling place. We had gents coming in and out for hours, not to mention the regular clientele. I was up to my ass in drink orders and was running the shift all by myself. Had to break up God knows how many fights, too. So you'll excuse me if I didn't exactly notice something that happened out on the street.
Did you at least hear the gunshot?
No, I didn't. You try distinguishing a gunshot over a room full of rowdy voters. It ain't gonna happen.
What can you tell me about this place?
It's a bar. People come here to drink. Sometimes people drink too much, and then they're sick all over. I get the honor of cleaning up the mess.
Sounds like you're not too pleased with your job.
I never said that. There may be rough days, but there's a lot worse I could be doing. Here, I get a place to sleep and a bit to eat and a few coins in my pocket if the customers are pleased. And you are pleased, ain't you, sir?
Oh, yes. Yes, of course I am.
Good.
You mentioned regular clientele. Who are they?
Oh, we get plenty of regulars in here, too many to name.
Which of them were here on election night?
Let me think. I remember seeing 3 of the usual crowd. There was Darius, up to no good as always. Then there was Singin' Tom, but he wasn't around for too long. And how could I forget old Cormac? He'd have talked my ear off if I'd let him.
Sound like an interesting bunch of folks.
Where might I find the landlord?
You won't find him anywhere. He doesn't come around here more than once a month.
What can you tell me about Darius?
Hey now, bucko. You've come in here asking me all these questions, but I ain't seen nothing from you. You want more information? You're gonna have to earn it.
Right. Give me a gin, then.
Coming right up.
Don't get carried away now, Miles.
There you are. 1 gin. That'll be 2 shillings.
There's 3. Now then, about Darius.
Now that man is trouble. I've had to throw him out a few times.
Why do you say he's trouble?
His mind's affected by the poppy seed. He can be gentle as a kitten or fly into a rage at a moment's notice. When he gets rowdy, he gets chucked.
I see. Any idea where I might be able to find him?
Don't know why you'd want to find him, but I hear he spends his day at a smokehouse nearby. I believe it's on Crisparkle Lane. Just look for the door with the oriental symbols above it.
And could you describe him to me?
He's a rough-looking sort, about 55 years old, has a scar on his left cheek, grayish hair, medium build.
Excellent. Thank you. Who is Singing Tom?
Ah, Tom. Not sure what his surname is, but he's in here about twice a week. We call him Singin' Tom because he leads the church choir.
Is that right? Which church?
Oh, I haven't a clue. Never really cared to ask.
Does he associate with any of the other regulars?
I've seen him talking with Darius a few times. They seem to be on friendly terms.
Tell me about Cormac.
He's in here most every night. Doesn't speak to many people, just me. And a right chatterbox he is, too. Between you and me, Cormac stinks. I can understand why he doesn't keep much company.
He stinks?
Aye, he's a sewer worker. Spends all his day underground in the muck, so he always reeks of shit.
I see. Any idea where specifically he works?
I believe he's at the treatment station, over near the ferry terminal.
If this is going where I think it is, then I'm especially glad I can't smell anything anymore.
So I'm guessing we'll have to take a tool from him to open that sewer grate. Anywho.
Have you worked here long?
13 years.
I see. Anything else you can tell me about yourself?
I ain't the friendly type.
Right. Understood. Any thoughts on the election?
Nah, couldn't care less, really. Doesn't matter who's in charge. My life ain't getting any better.
Surely it'll get better with Leroy in office.
We'll see.
I appreciate you taking the time to chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm guessing I am done here. So let's get out of here. Oh, the places we'll go today. And the map's gonna blow up with more places. Bam. Okay, so I did mention I wanted to go to his apartment first. So let's go there, and then there, and there, and then there.
Quite the collection of exotic items in here. Ronan appears to be a seasoned world traveler.
Or at least knows someone who is.
Interesting. Well, as usual, we'll start from the left, work our way to the right, and investigate. Although that mask gives me the heebie-jeebies. And the other one gives me the heebie-weebies. I'm surprised there's no, like, lemon mask or, banana. Anywho.
Just looking at this painting is making me feel seasick. Locked. Naturally. This mask looks African. You should try it on. It'd be an improvement. Some kind of owl mask. The hair looks incredibly familiar. This one is scarier than the other masks. Wait a moment. I think I saw something shiny in the back of the mouth.
Oh, really now?
How about that? A perfect hiding place for a key.
I mean, that is a really good spot to hide a key. Like any, mask or hanging shenanigans. That's actually a really good place.
Now to find out what Mr. Lespay finds so precious. They appear to be a pair of letters from Ronan's landlord.
Ronan, with regards to your request for an extension to pay this month's rent, I'll gladly give you until next month. You have always been a reliable tenant who has paid on time, so don't be concerned. I hope you resolve your issues, Danford. Ronan, I understand we all go through financial difficulties, but I'm afraid I can't extend my generosity beyond the end of 2 months. Please have the rent ready by then, or I'll have no choice but to seek legal action against you. Interesting.
It's empty. Too bad.
This teacup looks like it has seen better days.
Ooh, this teacup could use a washing. I'd be surprised if it isn't permanently stuck to the desk.
Can we try moving it? Nope. Journal. Let's go look at the ship first.
A model of the SS Joondalup. Looks like a merchant vessel to me.
Okay. Oh.
Aha. A letter from someone called Jimbo?
Ronan, next week will be a year since we met. I can honestly say my life has changed for the better in every possible way, and I will always hold July 8th as a special day in my heart. I can't wait to see you again, Jimbo. Ooh. Let's look at the letter.
This one appears to be from Emily.
Ronan, Gerald and I will be celebrating the new year and would like to invite you to spend it with us. Please feel free to bring along any guests you like, especially any lady friends you might have. All my love, Emily. I do see a little stain. I'm assuming that's another ancient old teacup. We'll look at the journal now.
Looks like you found Ronan's journal. Perhaps this will be able to give us some more insight into what he was up to before he died.
Okay, hopefully he's gonna say them out loud. I don't know if my voice can handle it, but let's hope so.
Let's see. March 11th, 1844. I must have eaten something last night which didn't agree with me because I've had a terrible case of the runs.
Probably best to skip this one.
Agreed. There are 2 entries, one from this year and one from last.
So, start with last year's.
July 8th, 1843. I've decided I need to get out more, so I'm going to a club in Gascon tonight. Stuffing animals has taken its toll, and I need to talk to someone who isn't Emily or my coworkers. Gerald told me about a place called the Crimson Cat. I'll try it, and if I don't enjoy myself, I'll just come home. Now for this year's entry. July 8th, 1844. Today is our 1-year anniversary. We're going to meet at the Cat again. I love him, but I wish he wasn't so attached to that place. Emily is so nosy, I worry that she might follow me and discover the truth about Jimbo. If we moved around, I wouldn't worry, but with him, it's always the Crimson Cat. I really shouldn't complain, though. What we have is something truly special.
Well, it seems that our best hope of finding this Jimbo character is to visit the Crimson Cat.
Indeed. Random entry, let's go.
March 11th, 1844. I'm
Probably.
agreed.
Never mind, same entry. Alright. I guess we're done with the desk. Let's go look at the books and everything else, and we'll scuppy out of here.
Ronan's book collection mostly consists of cheap pulp adventure novels, but this top shelf looks interesting.
exotic fauna of Africa, exotic fauna of Australia, Bell, unmarked book, and secret customs of the Orient. Okay, it's not a lot. Actually, I'm gonna do it. If you want to read this, pause. It's just animal information from the looks of it, but we got our good black rhinoceros, the elephant. Actually, that's all it's showing is those two. Interesting that specifically points out these. Australia, kangaroo and a koala. So like I said, if you want to pause it, you can read it. Yeah. Like I said, I'm sick. I don't wanna do too much reading.
It's in another language, but it appears to be a Bible. It's in another... No title, and it appears to be blank. I wonder if Ronan just kept empty books on his shelf to appear well-read. No.
Oh, we can look at it. Okay, so let's look at this one. Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, like I said, pause if you want to read this. I'm not gonna... No. My voice needs some rest. I mean, I'm recording and talking, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Just gonna quickly glance through it myself. It is talking about opium, and they did talk about poppy earlier. Who was it? It was not Singing Tom, but the other guy. Oh, that's funny. So I'm just reading about the drink, the Baiju. It's talking about it being used by a grain. It screams, yeah, fermented or other grains may be used. It screams, what's it called? Sorry, I used to work at a liquor store like a long time ago. Like, ooh, when Pa was not also ancient old. Oh, Everclear. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, it just screams that. Never tried it. I always questioned why we had the dumb stuff on the shelf. Like, we always had in, like, the small Mickeys. But, like, yeah, just why? You know? Alright. Let's look at the rest and get out of here.
I had an illustration that looked similar to that one. I wonder where it ended up. I guess Ronan won't be realizing his world travel dreams now. Death really has a way of messing up your plans. Ronan wasn't too concerned with comfort, apparently. This is hardly bigger than a bunk at sea.
Oh, I guess that is it. So let's escape. Alright, more places. Alright, so let's go to the police station.
I was beginning to wonder when you'd show up.
Well, wonder no longer. I'm here and I need to see Dr. Edwards.
Oh, I see how it is. He helped you solve a case, and now you don't have time for us lowly front desk clerks.
That's just the way it goes, Upton. Maybe next time you should pick a nicer coffee house.
Right. You know the way. Snelling isn't in today, so you're all clear.
Well, that's...
Oh my goodness, Cooper, you interrupted dialogue. Oh my goodness, cat. Cooper jumped on the keyboard. Shake my fist at Cooper. Hopefully Edding Paw remember to put a Cooper on the image. You guys can also shake your fist at Cooper. Anywho.
Can we talk for a moment, Upton?
Certainly. What's on your mind?
Alright, as usual, from the top.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about Ronan Lespay, would you?
Probably nothing more than you already know. His body is in the mortuary, and the reason for his murder is unknown. I suggest you speak with Dr. Edwards.
I'm guessing you can't go over this case with me either.
I have to distance myself completely from this one. So when you figure it out, you'll need to speak directly to Mrs. Morgan. I can still try and help you if there's something specific giving you trouble, though.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, herself. Oh, good. We can ask about how her the whole living situation is on her end.
How are things with you?
Better than last week, but plenty of feathers still ruffled around here.
What happened?
You have to ask. Snelling was not happy with you turning up at the Latham crime scene. He was a right inquisition around here. Snelling, going around to interrogate everyone, trying to ferret out a leak.
So he suspects.
I'm afraid so. I managed to calm him down some and divert suspicion. He thinks someone on the force is speaking to the Gazette, not to you directly.
Well, that's some kind of relief. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Oh, don't worry about me. Well, maybe worry about me a little.
Oh, interesting. Ooh, hopefully she doesn't get caught.
That was one hell of an election, wasn't it?
That it was. I don't know how he managed it, but I'm glad Leroy won.
I feel the same. Atwood seemed convinced he had it in the bag.
I think he just grossly underestimated how much the Lygia disaster affected everyone. Thought we could go on like nothing happened. Hell, if Prince Harold hadn't been aboard, we would have. Now, isn't that sad?
I'll let you get back to work.
And you'd better do the same.
All right, can we talk to Gary here? Nope. Gary, you're doing a good job. Pet. What's his name, Gary? I don't remember. You do good, Murray. Alright, we've looked at everything here. I think I can safely skip everything.
This provides the room with just the right amount of heat, unlike the incinerators in the crematorium.
Just investigating.
I feel sorry for the poor slob who has to clean that out. Seems to be empty for now.
I think we're good at skipping everything.
A fine example of well-developed deltoids, latissimus dorsi, and gluteus maximi. Assorted lab equipment for setting things on fire or causing explosions. You know, the perfect way to pass the time.
Yeah, I feel like I could skip this. And yeah, we're gonna skip clicking through all these. Let's talk to our lovely Dr. Edwards here. Did we click on the cabinet last time? I don't remember. Quick.
Edwards keeps assorted bottles and specimens in there. Nothing too remarkable that I can see.
Okay, let's talk to Edwards.
I hope I'm not interrupting anything, Edwards.
Ah, Fordham. Always a pleasure.
Have you got time for some questions?
Of course.
Alright, as usual, from the top.
So what can you tell me about Ronan Lespay?
Caucasian male, approximately 27 years old. Died of blood loss as a result of being shot at close range. He was brought in 4 nights ago. I performed the postmortem the following day. After that, his next of kin was contacted. I believe his sister came to identify the body.
Any personal opinions on what might have happened?
Well, the fact he was shot at such a close range would suggest it was done by someone he knew. And robbery doesn't appear to be a motive, since his wallet was found on the body with money in it. Beyond that, your guess is as good as mine.
Better, I hope.
Did the postmortem reveal anything?
Quite a few things, actually. Mr. Lespay was extremely inebriated when the shooting took place. There was enough alcohol in his blood to presume he had been drinking for hours before his death. I also managed to remove the bullet from his heart. It's a .36 caliber lead ball, standard revolver shot. It shouldn't be too hard to match to a weapon, provided you can find it.
I bet you it's in the sewer.
Did you notice anything unusual about the clothes Mr. Lespay was wearing?
Unusual? Not really. They seemed a bit big for him, but that's all.
His sister seemed convinced that they didn't belong to him.
That's a distinct possibility, but I couldn't say for sure. He could have just been a sloppy dresser.
So no murder weapons been found?
That's right. Either the killer still has it, or the police just overlooked it. If you happen across any weapons in your investigation, be sure to bring them to me. I can tell you if it matches the bullet.
Thank you, Edwards. I'll be on the lookout. How's the coroner business?
Things have been pretty dead around here lately.
Don't quit your day job, Edwards.
I like that pun. I approve of it. Good job.
What are your thoughts on the election?
There was an election?
I think our friend Edwards needs to get out a bit more.
I'll be going now, Edwards.
Take care, Fordham. And remember, not everyone gets to leave the morgue alive, so consider yourself lucky that you can.
That's how I feel right now with Thanksgiving coming up. I had to ask my husband, what is Thanksgiving? And he's like, I don't know. I looked it up. It's this coming weekend. And it's like, oh, oops. I guess we're staying home for Thanksgiving, which, by the by, for those Americans, Canada has Thanksgiving early. If you're smart, you should make a trip to Canada to experience Thanksgiving and then experience Thanksgiving in the U.S. You have 2 Thanksgivings. Just saying. But anywho, let's get out of here. So we had to find the weapon, which I'm pretty confident is in the sewer. We just had to go through a bunch of loops and hoops and all that jazz to get to it. And possibly a bullet or some stuff and things like that. So with that out of the way, I said we were going to go to the taxidermy and then we'll check these places out and then we'll leave the Crimson Cat to last. So let's go to his work.
Hello, and welcome to the Gripsome Taxidermy Shop. Please let me know if I can be of service.
You know, everything I'm like, okay, cool, yeah, toucan, blah, blah. What is this? Dead ain't no animal. What is that?
Is that supposed to be a lion?
Yeah, what is it? Is it I don't think it's a lion. A yeti? What the fuck is it?
Is it...
Okay, let's look at everything and then we'll talk to him.
I wonder how many people it took to bring down this brute. There's a small button on the base.
Oh, there is. Boop.
Just when I thought I'd seen it all. What will they think of next?
Oh, that's cool.
Reminds me of the one in the Dupre house, except that one actually looked alive. There's a small button on the base.
Push the button. Let's go.
Welcome to the Gripsome Taxidermy Shop. Please enjoy our displays and be sure to consider us for all your taxidermy needs. Just a reminder, we stuff animals only.
Nice. All right, toucan. The owl.
I thought owls were supposed to be wise. How'd this one let itself end up on display in a place like this?
You know, it looks like the owl from King's Quest 5. I forget his name. I was gonna say, good chance he, you know, annoyed one too many people. Let's go get these mounted heads and then talk to this lovely clerk.
Exotic dead fauna from every other continent. You never even need to leave Vespuccia.
Vespuccia. That's how you say it. I'm gonna forget, but Vespuccia. Interesting.
Exotic dead...
Okay, it's for all of them. All right, let's talk to the clerk. Nothing else, though? Nothing else. Also ask what Kessler fuck? What is this?
I was wondering if you might answer some questions for me.
Of course. What can I help you with?
Holy, you're very pale. Oh. Holy pickles. I mean, I'm that pale, normally. Anywho, from the top.
I was told Ronan Lespay works here. Do you know him?
Ronan? Yes, of course. That is to say, I know he works here. I haven't had much interaction with him. He mostly keeps to himself.
Does he have an office or workspace I might have a look at?
Now, wait just a minute. Why would I let some random stranger off the street in to look at an employee's workspace?
Because I'm a private investigator and I'm trying to get some information.
Well, even if that is the case, I'm afraid you're out of luck. Ronan does have a workspace, but it's completely bare. He doesn't keep anything here.
Were you aware that Ronan was murdered 4 nights ago?
I had no idea. That's awful. What happened?
That's what I'm currently trying to find out. Do you know if Ronan had any enemies? Anyone who might want to do him harm?
No. As I said, I didn't speak with him much, or know much about him. But now that I think about it, I did notice a strange man waiting around outside the shop a few days ago.
Oh, I bet you that's Jimbo. Just a guess.
Tell me about this strange man you saw.
At the time, I didn't think much of him, but the more I recall, the more I realize he was being very suspicious.
What did he do?
He just stood outside across the street, but he seemed to be focusing on the building. It was as though he was waiting for someone.
Do you remember what this man looked like?
I didn't get a very good look at him, but I do remember some things. He was tall and had a heavy build, like a boxer or a dock worker. He had a beard, I think, or mutton chops at the very least. And as far as I can recall, he was wearing all black. He also had on some kind of cap. I'm sorry I can't give you a better description, but that's all I was able to distinguish. My eyesight isn't very good, I'm afraid.
It'll have to do. Thank you for your help. Anything you can tell me about the shop?
Plenty! This is New Britannia's most sophisticated taxidermy shop. Unlike other taxidermists, We work with modern technology to get results they could only dream of.
What does that mean exactly?
Using steam tech, we are able to create the illusion of life in these beasts. Just take a look at our floor samples. The parrot and gorilla are two of our finest works. They really speak for themselves. Well, the parrot does at least. I think it would frighten our customers if the gorilla did too. And once ethericity is harnessed as a viable source of energy, we'll get even better results.
This guy is way too excited about bringing dead things back to life.
Yes, fascinating. Moving on.
Sorry, this is going back to that article that was read in the Angel. It's a little weird that it's... I mean, I think I mentioned it may have popped up in a future case. It's starting to pop up in a future case. Maybe, possibly. A little bit of quinky dink. Anywho.
So how did you get this job?
Oh, it isn't a terribly exciting story, I'm afraid. I just saw an ad in the Gazette for a clerk position. I never expected to learn so much about taxidermy.
I'm sure he's amazing conversation at parties.
Any thoughts on the recent election?
I'd really rather not talk about it. I don't know how the people of this country could put someone like Hart Leroy in charge.
It's obviously because he holds the interests of the common man above all else.
So, you're just like all the other cowards who think steam tech is dangerous. Well, I hope you like the idea of living in the Dark Ages, because that's where Leroy is going to take us.
Perhaps it's best if we drop the subject entirely. Thank you for your help.
I'm here to serve.
You know, and normally in those conversations, I usually say tacos are great. It's a good way to steer the conversation. I don't think I'm gonna get anything else out of him. Ooh, doorway.
That leads into a room with even more dead things. It's such a shame we haven't the time to stick around and explore.
I mean, it'd be kind of fun. Yeah, not much to really talk to him, really. Let's get out of here. Okay, so I guess the water treatment or the opium den? Let's go with the water treatment. I want to get the item from the Silent Raven.
So this is what it's come to, eh? Braving the stench of human waste in hopes of finding a lead? Just make sure you stay away from the edge.
What is that? Jump off into the ledge? Okay, let's go.
While you could use a bath, I don't think this is the right place to take a dip. While you...
Oh, we can't go in. Okay. Alright, let's go get everything first, and then we'll see if we have enough time to talk to him. So let's start from here.
Handy to know where you are. But why would anyone actually travel around the city this way?
I mean, if you want to be, super sneaky, this is the perfect way to travel around.
Some sort of water treatment device would be my guess. For all I know, it could just be a fancy boiler for tea. Another mysterious device. I was happier not knowing all this went on after I used the commode. Another mysterious machine. Who knew dealing with human waste involved so much technology? I hope those aren't full of what I think.
Okay, I don't think there's anything else. I would like to talk to the sewer worker, but I'm going to end the episode here. I apologize for the dog barking if you guys can hear her. I have no control over her. She's a Great Pyrenees. They bark. A lot. I mean, she's doing her job, but a little too good. But anywho, thank you guys so much for watching. Greatly appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know in the comments. Have you dealt with a Pyrenees dog? What's your thoughts on the Great Pyrenees, since we're talking about a Great Pyrenees? Also, as usual, I always mention, and I totally forgot to mention, shameless plug time. Like, comment, subscribe. That actually hurt the throat a little. Check out my other Let's Plays as well. I am close to 500 subscribers. I would like to see myself hit 500 subscribers. If I do, great. If I don't, whatever. Oh my goodness, Hazel is just barking up a storm. She is really close to the house. I am so sorry, guys. We'll kind of keep this short. I'm close to 500 subscribers. Hopefully I reach it soon. I do stream on Twitch. Check me out on Twitch. Anywho, thank you guys again. Have a good morning, good evening, good night, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye.